Since 1993, Rotary Central has worked diligently each year to provide quality bus shelters to our community. A traveling convenience to our school children, the elderly, young people going to work, guest workers, and visitors using the public bus. We, Rotary Central, help you, our advertisers, make it happen. Your marketing dollar travels a far way, positioning your message, your product, your services, your presence in over 83 bus shelters. Every dollar you spend, every advert you place helps to build another bus shelter, providing modest comfort for Cayman travelers. Reserve space now on the only billboard medium in the Cayman Islands. Email rotaryshelters@gmail.com. rotaryshelters@gmail.com. The Bus Shelters, a partner in community convenience. Another inspiration program by Rotary Central Cayman Islands.
Talk Today is brought to you by Subway, open 24 hours in Countryside, Anderson Square in Georgetown, and Centennial Towers in West Bay. And by the Ministry of District Administration. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your sister islands. And Cayman Airways. Call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066.
But I do have some questions.
There are more questions than answers.
Cayman Islands' foremost listeners' participation program.
Talk Today.
What's on your mind, Cayman? If you're ready to talk, we are ready to listen. Discussing current events and local news, community spotlights, hot topics, listener stories, cultural and historical discussions, environmental issues, fun and lighthearted topics, guest interviews. Cayman, basically anything you want to talk about, we are ready to listen. Here's your guest host,
Charles Glidden.
Coming up next, we hear from Cayman International School about scholarship opportunities, and later it's Open Line. You can let us know what's on your mind. Talk Today's next. Stay with me.
Talk Today is reminding you
to avoid any statements or comments which are abusive, derogatory, malicious, or defamatory. Do not use indecent language or make any statement that is false or misleading. Call 1-800-534-8255, 949-6990, 949-8037, or WhatsApp us on 925-3261.
And now, back to Talk Today.
Good afternoon, and welcome to Talk Today, the Wednesday edition. I'm Charles Glidden, and thank you for tuning in. I hope your day is shaping up to be a good one. It's looking like a nice afternoon here in Georgetown. And I hope Friday is going to be good weather too, because there's a charity event that I'd like to tell you about. It's a fundraiser for the Gray Area Cayman. We had them on the show a few months back. The Gray Area Cayman mission is to support people with brain health issues, from tumors to seizures. And they do that through fundraisers, education, awareness, and group support. And the Gray Area is having a fundraiser this Friday at the Cayman Islands Sailing Club. It's called Catch and Cocktails 2026. It starts at 5 p.m. and goes until 7. And that's this Friday at the Sailing Club. You can enjoy happy hour craft cocktails and delicious pop-up food stations. Entries free. Part proceeds go towards supporting the Gray Area Cayman. This Friday, 5 p.m. at the Sailing Club. There'll be a charity raffle. A good way to spend your Friday happy hour. And, of course, the Sailing Club is in Red Bay, if you didn't know that. Just go in Selkirk and keep driving. Follow the signs. My goodness, what has happened to January? Kind of just blew by me. It's already the 28th. Yeah, it's the end of the month, and the reason I know that it's the end of the month, well, all those bills are due. Yeah. You know how it goes, right? What was that calypso? Bills, bills, every day. Bills, bills, got to pay. That was a big hit from RO, if I remember, from my days of spinning records right in that studio next door to where we are. Yeah. Water bill got to pay, light bill got to pay. Yeah, keep on trying to keep up with those bills. That's could be a hard job sometimes. At least the rate of inflation cooled off at one point last year during the July-September period, the third quarter, as the economists would say. Yeah, got a little relief from the rate of inflation, but I'm sure there's somebody out there saying cooling off. I don't see any cooling off in the price of things. Yeah, but 2026 now might be a different story. The Economics and Statistics Office is projecting a slight increase in the rate of inflation for 2026 compared to 2025. ESO is projecting an average annual inflation rate to be about 2.6 this year. Of course, how much you feel that in your pocket depends on what is contributing to the rate, to those increases. For example, in the last report on the third quarter in 2025, an 8.1% increase in communications, particularly a 10.3% increase in telefax services, and a 5.2% increase in education contributed to what was generally deemed an overall slight increase. But not everyone felt all that equally. But what we did feel equally, or almost equally, is the 4.5% increase in the price of food and non-alcoholic beverages. We all got to eat, right? So non-alcoholic beverages went up. Does that mean alcoholic beverages did not go up? I don't know. Meanwhile, we saw declines in housing and utilities. There was a 2% decline in housing and utilities in the July through September period last year. And yes, I know. Yes, you're saying I don't know where they get that information from. My bill is still high. Bills every day. bills I have to pay. Well, singing is not my talent, but I can act. So on Monday, I went down to audition for the movie Ivan. Yeah, went down to the Harpville. We had Jazz Pitcairn, who wrote and will be directing this movie. We had her on here. And so I decided to go down there and audition. And, Jazz had made a short film about the same story, and I was in that as the weatherman, giving the report on the hurricane, right? So I'm going there and I'm thinking, well, I wonder if that's what she's going to give me again. And so I'd like to get, at least a little piece that I could sink my teeth in and exercise my acting muscles, right? So I got in the audition. So Jazz gives me the script. We're going to read a short scene. And what is it? It's a radio talk show host doing an interview with this young woman who is going to be challenging for a seat in Parliament. So, I guess if I get the part, I guess I just do my thing, right? Just wouldn't even have to act. Just talk today. But yeah, a lot of people went down there when I got there. I saw a lot of kids. I was at one point I was wondering, awful lot of children here. Am I in the right place? But yeah, so I guess a lot of children parts in there. Okay, coming up next, we're going to be hearing about scholarship opportunities at Cayman International School. Stay with me. We're going to take a break. Be right back.
The Lions Club of Grand Cayman is proud to continue to serve our island community. The club continues to host successful community projects like the Prostate and Colon Cancer Awareness Campaign, free site screening in schools, spelling bee, swim meets, and their community pantry. The Lions Club of Grand Cayman looks forward to continuing their service for many years to come. The Lions Club of Grand Cayman, where there's a need, there's a lion, serving the community for over 50 years.
Wouldn't it have been grand if you had purchased land 30 years ago? It may not be 2020, but a perfect vision has never been more clear. Cayman Brac and Little Cayman, poised for growth with an eye on the future. Your land, your history, your future. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
The 7:20 a.m. Weather Report, Monday through Friday, is brought to you by Credit Union. On the road to 50 years of serving our members. Visit creditunion.ky to join today.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. Cayman International School is offering a scholarship for students to attend their school. And joining me now to tell us more about that are Leanne Corin. She is in charge of admissions at the school. And we also have 2 grade 11 students with us. We have Stella Seymour and Kaya Danter. Ladies, good afternoon. Welcome.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for having us. We're really excited to be here, share a little bit about our school, and what we're offering in terms of a scholarship for high school at Cayman International School.
So tell us a little bit about the scholarship. Who are you aiming this at?
So it's you have to be a Caymanian citizen. And entering high school years. So year 10 is what it would be called in the British system. At our school, year 10 is the equivalent of grade 9. Students can be going into grade 9, grade 10, or grade 11. We're looking for students who are academically accomplished, but also well-rounded, so motivated to become leaders and become part of the Caymanian community in powerful, strong ways. And they are also, they need to be ready to take our IB program, which is offered in grade 11 and 12.
No, what is that, the IB?
So the IB stands for International Baccalaureate. We offer the International Baccalaureate Diploma Program, which is, you can think of it as an equivalent as A-levels, although IB students that are doing the full diploma program need to take 5 core subjects, where in A-levels you would own 6 core subjects. The girls can speak more to it because they're currently in doing full IB. 6 core subjects, 3 at a higher level and 3 at a standard level. In A-levels you would only need to take 3 subjects that would be equivalent to an IB HL course.
So as far as the criteria for being acceptable for the scholarship, is there a means test, or is academic grades count? Or
so yes, there are academic assessments that we do for the applicants. We do a reading assessment and a math assessment. We also have an interview panel that the applicants will sit in front of, and they also need to be Caymanian students that are coming not currently attending CIS. So it's difficult to assess means in the Cayman Islands without tax.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's difficult to assess that. Yes, but we hope to support Caymanian students who are good scholars and looking to prepare themselves for universities. The great thing about the IB diploma program is that it is recognized globally at universities in the UK, Europe, Canada, America. So wherever these students have their eyes set on, the IB diploma program will set them up to enter top universities around the world.
How long has Cayman International School been around now?
That's an excellent question. This year we're celebrating our 20th year in Camana Bay.
Talk about time flies.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like you've been around
I know.
20 years.
So people still think of Cayman CIS as a new school, but it's been around for 20 years. We currently have a father at our school who is an alumni. So we have the second generation coming in at CIS.
So these young ladies here, have you gone to CIS from the beginning, from grade 1?
Yeah, so we've actually we've been at the school for 14 years. So I joined the school when I was 2 years old in the nursery program, and I've actually been on the same campus in Camana Bay the whole time. And yeah, now I'm in grade 11. So it's been really nice to see the school grow, even just developing the early childhood building and the new high school.
And Stella, how about you? You've been there from the
I've
time you started?
also been at CIS for the same amount of time as Kaya. Since I was 2, we both started in the same nursery class, and I've really enjoyed seeing the school grow across the time.
So what do you like about being at the school?
So one of my favorite things about being at the school is all the opportunities we're given. So I'm very involved in both the academic opportunities and the sports opportunities. So through academics, we have many club opportunities that we're able to join that are all student-led. So for example, the POF, Protect Our Future, that's a very big club that's working with the environment, along with ARC, who's working with the ARC Nonprofit Foundation. So, and then with the sports, I'm involved with soccer or football a lot, and I've had many opportunities to actually travel internationally and compete in different tournaments and meet new people and new students. And so yeah, it's been really nice having all the different opportunities.
And Stella?
Academically, I'm a part of National Honor Society, or NHS, and that is a globally recognized high school program organization. And I'm looking to have a leadership role in that this year. You can run in grade 11 or 12, and I'm thinking of running for vice president. And then sports-wise, I'm a part of volleyball, and this year we're hosting this, it's called the CISA tournament, Caribbean Island Sports Association. Previously, it's been in the Dominican Republic. It was in Colombia, but this year we're hosting it here. It's for volleyball, basketball, and football. So I'm looking forward to participating in that.
Okay, so future politician here.
Yes.
Right. So she said that you two of you could explain about taking the IB program. Tell us a little bit about what you have to do in that.
So the IB is a rigorous program, and like what Miss Leanne said, you partake in 6 courses, 3 at higher level, 3 at standard. So personally, I'm in higher level history, language and literature, and economics. And then I take standard level math. There's 2 different types of math. I take analysis and approaches. There's also analysis and interpretations. And then I take standard level Spanish and standard level chemistry.
And Kaya?
And so I'm in the same math as Stella, so I'm in the standard level approaches and analysis, and then the standard level chemistry and Spanish, and then my higher levels are biology, geography, and the language and literature.
It sounds, from what they're taking, this quite a high level of academics.
Yes, it really is a rigorous program, as Stella said. In fact, depending on their scores at the end of grade 12, they can get university credit for some of these courses. So in their higher level programs, if they score above a certain, it's rated on 1 to 7 is how the point structure works. But if they score above 5 for a higher level course, they actually get credit in their first year at university. So it's a very well-rounded program in that they do have to do a subject from each of those kind of umbrellas, if you like. They have to do English, they have to do math, they have to do another world language, and then they choose their social studies, whether that be geography, history, or economics, and sciences. So we offer biology, physics, and chemistry.
So the IB program then it's not an elective thing. That is your curriculum.
That is our curriculum for grade 11 and 12. Yes.
So how does that compare then with other curriculums available in Cayman?
The only other ones that are somewhat comparable are for year 12 and 13, which are the A-level programs that are offered on island.
So A-level is sort of first year of college level.
Not really anymore. So
No?
A-levels happen after GCSEs, and it's a 2-year preparatory course to start university, which is very similar in nature to the IB program. It's the 2 years before they would begin their university programs.
So any parent who is interested in trying to get their child in on this scholarship, what do they have to do?
So if you're driving and you don't have anything else to write with, you could write to us at admissions@cis.ky or go to our website. That's even easier to remember. It's just cis.ky. I will also be at John Gray High School on February 2nd. They're having an evening for their Year 11 students who will be graduating from their GCSE program, where they tell them about options and things that they can be doing after they've graduated from GCSEs. So I will be there with more information as well. But really, everything that you need to know is on our website.
All right. Let's take a little break here, and we'll be right back.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
Craving something bold, juicy, and packed with flavor? Introducing KFC's new crispy barbecue sandwich served on a soft, buttery brioche bun. That's 100% KFC premium chicken breast, perfectly crispy, deliciously smoky with crispy onions, cheddar cheese, and barbecue sauce. Just the right amount of messy in the best way possible. Stacked with layers of bold KFC flavor, this sandwich is your new obsession. But hurry, it's only at KFC for a limited time. So what are you waiting for? Get yours today at any of the 3 KFC locations on island. KFC, finger licking good, just got bolder.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market. The best foundation you can wear is glowing, healthy skin. The offices of dermatologist Dr. Wayne Porter specialize in enhancing your skin's well-being. Whether you're seeking advanced skin care, including any skin cancers, Botox, filler, cosmetic skin enhancements, or simply looking to reduce wrinkles, Dr. Porter offers a full-service dermatology and dermatological surgery practice. For more information, email drporterkman@gmail.com or call 946-9020. That is 946-9020.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back, and we are hearing about Cayman International School and scholarship opportunities that they are offering. Is this just one scholarship, or how many students is this available to?
So we currently have 11 students in our high school that are on scholarship programs. Some of them are on a full scholarship program and others are offered a partial scholarship program. So it's approximately 3 in each of the high school years. So if a student enters in year 10 or grade 9, they will have a scholarship all the way through till they graduate at the end of grade 12.
And you mentioned in the break you hadn't mentioned the deadline. There is a deadline to this.
There is a deadline. We've been open since November last year, and our application deadline is February 13th. That's when it will close.
So if a parent wants to talk to you about this to make sure this is something that they want to get their child into, can they contact you to
yes,
get some advice?
I will receive all emails that come in to admissions@cis.ky. Admissions@cis.ky.
You mentioned something a while ago when we were talking about the grades, year 10, grade 9. Are you in an American system or a British system?
We're in an American system, yes. So before high school, the students follow the Common Core State Standards curriculum all the way through, even in grade 9 and 10, which we view as preparatory years for our IB program.
Explain that, what the core...
Common Core.
What is? Yeah.
Those are learning standards out of America. So American schools run on these learning standards that at each grade level students should be able to do or understand certain things. And that runs for us all the way through our elementary school, middle school, and grade 9 and 10.
And then you go to the IB
program
for the upper levels of high school.
Yes.
And so your friends maybe going to a British system, you are in an American system. How would you compare from what you've heard them talk about their experience in a British curriculum and what you are undergoing?
I would say for IB in comparison to A-levels, I would think it's more rigorous. And well, A-levels you only have to take, I'm pretty sure it's either 2 or 3 classes, while IB you're expected of a lot more. I think if you plan to go to a UK university, it's fine whether to do IB or A-levels. If you've previously done GCSEs, you could do A-levels, but there is the opportunity to do IB. Both are recognized internationally. A-levels probably more in the UK as it is a British system, but I think both are really good options.
Okay, so you can be prepared either way then. Do you all know what direction you're going to go in when you come out of high school?
I'm thinking of either going to university in the UK or the US.
And Kaya?
I'm thinking about going to university in Canada as that's closer to my family. But I'm not exactly sure what I want to study yet.
Okay, well, you have time.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit more about the background of the school and a little history.
Sure. So we actually started as Faulkner Academy. And in 2003, a company called International School Services, which is based in the U.S., it is a non-profit organization, acquired us. We were still in the old location. And in 2006, our location, the facilities at Camana Bay, the initial block, opened. And we had everybody from the 2-year-olds, the nursery students at that stage, all the way through to our oldest learners in the original building. Since then, in 2019, we've opened our Early Childhood Center, which is a purpose-built center for students that are 2 years old to 4 years old. So this is before they would start elementary school. And then students in elementary school would come back to the original building for kindergarten, all the way through to the end of middle school, which is grade 8. And in January of 2021, we opened our high school, which is also a purpose-built facility, state-of-the-art. We really pride ourselves throughout the school in our STEAM facilities. So STEAM stands for, sometimes you hear it referred to as STEM, but it stands for science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. And we are the only school outside of the U.S. to be recognized by a body called NICE, which is the National Institute for STEM Excellence. So we have that recognition, and obviously DART are our landlords, and so they have been part of helping us develop the program and the facilities so that we can offer an amazing STEM program to all of our students. Starts in kindergarten, they have their own STEAM facilities, but in the high school it's really something special.
So that is your focus, STEM subject?
Sets us apart. I would say it's something we pride ourselves on, but our focus is really well-rounded. Like the girls have said, they're involved in all different things, from academics to sports to STEM. And other students.
So is the arts included in the curriculum?
Yes, we have a really good arts program. We have a wonderful steel pan band. If anybody was at any of the Heroes Day celebrations downtown, our steel pan band is often playing there. So we have a full band in our middle school and high school. We also have drama, theater arts, and other electives too. So I'd say we pride ourselves on STEAM, but it's definitely not the only foundation that we rest everything on.
So students at the international school, I mean, do they have to be top performers? I mean, I know that's what every school strives to have students, performing at an excellent level. But do you also have classes or are prepared to deal with students who may have learning disabilities?
Oh, yes. We have a learning support program in each of the divisions. So all the way up from our kindergarten. And in fact, even in our early childhood, we have learning support teachers. So every year level has learning support teachers.
And what would you say overall? What is the philosophy of the school?
Well, our mission is to connect, inspire, and serve. So we pride ourselves on those. We have 4 community principles. I would say if you visit our campus, kindness is one of the community principles that we instill in our students. Sustainability is another community principle. Partnership, so not only partnership between students and teachers, but also reaching out into our broader community. What am I missing, girls? Kindness, sustainability. Partnership.
And good intent.
And good intent, yes. And I often think that good intent goes hand in hand with kindness. So we always assume that other people are coming from a place of good intent and well-meaning.
What would you all say to your peers about why they should want to come to Cayman International?
I think CIS is a very welcoming community. Like, everyone feels accepted, everyone's there for each other, and it's a very tight-knit community. And it's just a nice place to be, a nice place to go to school. There's a lot of good opportunities, whether you're focused more academically or more extracurricularly, and it's just a nice place to be.
Kaya, you want to add to that?
Yeah, I think not only are within the students, I think we're connected, but I think the teacher support in each of our classes, I think, is really amazing. And each of the teachers who, with their courses, they want to be there and they want to teach us, and they're really passionate about their courses, which is really helpful as a student, as when you need more support or one-on-one, the teacher's there and willing to help.
I think you mentioned that you had 11 students in the high school?
On scholarship programs.
On scholarship programs.
Yes.
So what kind of population do you have overall?
The whole school is just under 1,000 students at the moment, and our high school is just over 200.
So you have a lot of people knocking on your door wanting to be admitted?
We're very busy in admissions, yes. We have rolling admissions, so we don't close our admissions when the school year starts, and that does help some families that kind of come on and off island at different times in the year. But yes, we are generally very busy in the admissions department all year.
So is being admitted very competitive?
I wouldn't say competitive because we don't. Earlier, you were asking about do students need to be at a certain academic level to get into our school, and the answer is no. If there is a seat available and we have the resources to support the needs of that student, the student will be accepted into our program. So there's no minimum requirement for the general admissions of our school. Obviously, for our scholarship program, we are looking for students who maintain at least a B average and will participate in sports and extracurricular programs. But for general admissions, there isn't a minimum as long as we can supply the resources that they need to be successful. Sorry, and now I've lost. What was the...
No, well I was wondering whether it's competitive in a sense that when you choose, if say a student is coming in,
yes,
not at the beginning, but say in the middle of their school career, will you pick one student over the other because of grades or?
No. So it would be whichever student comes first. If we can help that student, they would be admitted. What I did want to say, though, is for unknown reasons, some grades are super full and students that apply have to go into a wait pool. And in other grades, we do have available seats. So we're trying to be more diligent about getting out on social media, which grades are filling up more quickly and where seats are available.
So it's strictly first come, first served, and depending on the space that you have in schools.
Yes.
So let's review the scholarship again for anyone who wasn't listening at the beginning of the show.
Yes, we are. We have a CIS Canadian Citizen Scholarship that we offer to high school students. So entering year 10. That's the youngest grade that we would offer a scholarship to, which is the equivalent to our grade 9. Or they could be going into year 11, our grade 10. Or they could be going into year 12 after they finish their GCSEs, which is our grade 11. We wouldn't accept students just for 1 year in the high school. So to do grade 12, we wouldn't accept students for that. You will get, if you are a successful applicant, your scholarship will be valid all the way through high school. You are expected to have at least a B average in whatever current program you're in. We do have an admissions assessment for reading and math, and there will be an interview.
So that's a
panel.
test? You got an admissions test?
Yes, it is a standardized admissions test that students will come into CIS to do. And our scholarship applications close on February 13th. And if you do want to go, if you are interested, you can either go straight to the website. It is pretty easy to navigate. It's cis.ky. Look for the Apply Now button, and you will see the information there for the 26-27 scholarship applicants.
And then if they have any questions or want a little consultation with you, they can contact you directly?
Yes, you can contact me directly at admissions@cis.ky. My name is Leanne. I will receive those emails. I'm happy to call you back on a phone number if you provide one.
So, once again, tell us, what is it about Cayman International School that makes you so proud to be there?
I think just to see how far it's come. I mean, I did not attend Faulkner Academy. I started when I was 2 years old, 14 years ago. But seeing the buildings grow from 1 to now 3, seeing how the community grows, and just how we're constantly developing and improving over time.
Kaya?
Yeah, I also really enjoy seeing the connection within our school community. So when I was, again, 2 years old, 14 years ago, and I was a little kid, being able to go and watch the big kids, the high schoolers play their football games and playing the tournaments, and now just being able to be those high schoolers playing in the tournaments and just being with our community and working with the younger students in the early childhood building. I really just like seeing the connection and, like Ms. Liam was saying, the kindness that our community has at the school.
So does the school see itself expanding even more in years? I mean, the population is growing. You see CIS expanding?
There is a possibility that all is hinged on what DART decides to do with their property.
Okay, all right. All right. So once again, the deadline is February 13th to get everything into you?
That's correct. February 13th.
And what do they have to have? What should they be ready to submit?
For sure, proof of Kamanian citizenship, a couple of report cards from your current school, your most recent 2 report cards, and then the rest that we can work with that. So as soon as we have proof of your Kamanian citizenship and 2 report cards from your current school, you can rest assured that you are in as an applicant.
Well, there you have it. Information that you need to apply for this scholarship at Cayman International School. Leanne Corin, Kaya Danter, and Stella Seymour, thank you so much for joining me this afternoon.
Thank you, Mr. Glidden.
It's 1 o'clock. Let's check in with the newsroom.
Since 1976.
Covering Grand Cayman, Little Cayman, and right. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The Headline News is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
I'm April Cummings with your latest headlines. The Cayman Islands Chamber of Commerce says this year's Leadership Cayman cohort has just completed its Sister Islands opening retreat in Cayman Brac. It is the first major milestone in the 6-month leadership development program. The 24 professionals took part in several days of workshops, community engagement, and sector-focused learning, which included an intensive leadership session. The visit also featured a Sister Islands Perspective seminar with District Commissioner Mark Tibbetts, Area Commander Leslie Lang Hall, and UCCI Cayman Brac Campus Manager Josh Baker. In international headlines in the U.S., investigators are probing a deadly business jet crash during a snowstorm at Bangor International Airport in Maine. Authorities say 6 people were killed when the Bombardier Challenger 600 went down during takeoff Sunday evening as visibility deteriorated in heavy snowfall. Both the FAA and NTSB are examining how winter weather and possible icing may have contributed. The crash comes as a powerful winter storm and fresh blasts of Arctic air batter large parts of the U.S. South and Northeast, leaving several dozen people dead and hundreds of thousands without power from Texas to Tennessee. The system has dumped more than a foot of snow along a 1,000-mile corridor from Arkansas to New England, with forecasters warning of life-threatening wind chills and the risk of frostbite in minutes in some areas. Officials say outages, especially in Mississippi and Tennessee, could take days to resolve, and another winter storm may hit parts of the East Coast this weekend. Those are your headlines. I'm April Cummings.
Radio Cayman. More news available at www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
At HSA, we strive to provide the highest standard of care with compassion, integrity, and dedication. And so we say thank you, Cayman, for continuing to make us the most awarded organization on island by voting us the best of Cayman Islands in 9 medical categories. Your support reminds us why we do what we do, to serve the Cayman community with kindness and excellence. To find out more about our award-winning services, visit hsa.ky. At HSA, we are committed to caring for you.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
Holroy Eric Lorenzo Walton was born on August 13, 1936 in Bogisan, Cayman Brac, contributing significantly to the culture and heritage of Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Holroy, affectionately known as Roy, was a gifted and artistic seaman whose natural talents emerged at a young age. His early education at Spot Bay Elementary School showcased his creativity, earning him recognition for his excellent artwork and setting the stage for a lifetime of artistic achievement. He crafted wall plaques, jewelry, and other items from local materials which became sought-after souvenirs. His detailed engravings were presented to dignitaries, including a turtle shell engraved for Her Majesty the Queen. Roy's contributions also included creating signage for local businesses and commemorating lives through tombstone engravings. His commitment to preserving and celebrating Caymanian heritage was evident in his work and community involvement.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
Celebrating 50 years of broadcasting in the Cayman Islands, this is Radio Cayman 89.9 FM.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back, and a quick look at the weather here, the current conditions. 82 degrees in Georgetown, feels like 87. Winds out of the northeast at about 12 knots, and the forecast is calling for scattered showers, and that goes for tonight also. Winds are expected out of the northeast of 15 to 20 knots with higher gusts, and seas are still rough. Waves running at 6 to 8 feet. Small craft alert in effect. And that's how the weather's looking. And we do have someone on the line. So let's go to the phones. Good afternoon. You're on the air. Hello.
Yes, hello. Yes, hello. Good afternoon, man.
How you doing, Robert?
Man, I'm just enjoying life, you know.
I hear you.
Observing everything that I can observe and just enjoying life. Living my best years yet.
Well, hey, you sound pretty good.
Yeah, man. It's nice to be sober, Chalo. That's one of my main things I can boast about today, though. It's nice to be sober, man. Trust me. What I want to say, Chalo, that international school, you know, my last job that I had, I was in Cayman Bay. And every day I took a picture of those youths playing football, whatever, basketball, whatever. And I think I still have those pictures, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just love to see them, because they're very fortunate children, children that go there. Yeah, man. I there's no doubt. I fully believe it's a great school, man. For sure, in sports, they're great. So I don't know how the education say, but I believe it's a good school.
Yeah, well, it sounds like it has some very high standards.
Yeah, man. Like I said, the children that go there are fortunate. I do see too many black children there,
Well, maybe some of those will get the scholarship.
Yeah, it's like another generation, man. Trust me. Children that go there. The only thing I wondered about it is how come that school don't have a nice track. When they built it, I look at the land and things like that. Say, boy, how nice it would be for the children there to have a nice track. But maybe he'll put it in sometime,
Yeah, but they have a lot of courts and stuff, right? I mean, and good fields.
Yeah. So maybe he'll put it in sometime, man. Yeah, man. So tell me something.
I'll try.
All over the world now I see these female politicians every day. They arguing about something, some bills or something, even to the House of Commons.
Politicians tend to do that.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that it's almost a year now that we elected some women, and I don't hear them come on to that radio yet.
Oh, you mean that they're actually speaking in Parliament?
Yeah, but make us know something about their portfolios and how they're doing, and
Well, I guess it depends on what's the business of Parliament is, and whether it includes their ministry or their area. But I mean, you've not heard any women speak. You listen to the proceedings in the House.
Oh yeah. But I don't hear them talk too much there neither. I heard Julie Hunter a few nights ago.
Mm-hmm.
But like the man them come on to the radio and talk. I guess we that put them there should be expecting the women to do the same thing.
Well, I would expect. I really don't have a definitive answer for you, but
Yeah.
I mean, as far as a ministry, if you have a female minister, maybe it's what's before the House is not directly concerning their ministry, but I can appreciate what you're saying, that you want to hear more from the women.
Yeah, of course, man. Yeah, man.
Well, maybe they're listening, and they'll take it to heart.
No, what I was saying is, what I was asking is, the radio came on and invite them, or?
Oh, you mean like coming onto a talk show or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I guess they're invited. Sometimes, they say they'd like to come on to talk about something.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
Well, I don't know what time it is, but happy birthday radio came on, and I'm really glad to see
50 years old.
For that 50 years, I know we changed my radio dial. I still, every day, it's radio came on.
You wake up, the radio came on.
I don't cut it off.
Really? You fall asleep to it and you wake up to it.
Yes, man. Please don't be about it.
Well, you're a loyal listener.
I should get a medal. I should get a medal from Radio came on.
Number one listener. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, have a good afternoon.
Yeah, you too, Robert. We have another caller on the line here. Good afternoon. You're on the air. Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
Oh, just enjoying this beautiful Cayman weather.
Yes.
What more can you ask for?
I'm wondering whether we're going to get, some more cold air coming down at us, because I know Florida's cold.
Well, we pretty much catches and get everything that, America has to endure, unfortunately.
Good or bad?
Good or bad. Mostly bad. Similar topic to what we discussed last time. Where our government has failed us again. I was listening to the talk show this morning, and Roy was on there, and there was some comments about the public beach access.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like Miss Lorna has taken this bull by the horn.
Yeah, I've seen her on Facebook.
Which I don't think is her job, but this is the problem we have in the country when our officials have neglected us over the years and not do their job and not police properly, right? This is what you get. This is the results you get at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just unfortunate that we, as the Caymanians, when we get this one from that Timbuktu or the other one from Timbuktu away, that gets in the positions that doesn't know anything about the history of this country and don't know the values and what we have stood for and what we should be still standing for. That's exactly what you get when you don't have Caymanians in certain positions in this country. And it'll continue happening until our government keeps failing us as our government and not the world's government. Nothing is going to get any better in this country. So all I'm hoping is that this government that we have here now, I got a lot of hopes for this government. I really do. And I'm hoping, praying for them that they do everything that is right for the welfare of this country and not put it on the burdens of the people to go out there and do it and get themselves in trouble, because this is what happened. When people are doing wrong, they will have a certain amount of respect for the law. But when citizens have to get involved, then they have no respect for them. They can do anything. So this is why in some cases the law, the powers to be, has to take these things by the horn and say, look, enough is enough, right? So, food for thought, Charles.
Well, this has been going on for a long time, though, with those beach accesses, But you were saying that, if I was to understand what you're saying that because non-Caymanians are in the positions where you would enforce this, that's why it's been kind of put on the back burner and no one's paying attention to it? Is that, am I understanding you correct?
That's exactly what I'm saying. Is I'm not 100% sure on this, or if that is not the case, and if it's to be that the power as our Caymanians supposed to be overseeing this, I mean, shame on them.
Yeah. Well, I think there are Caymanians in position to enforce it. From what I know.
But Charles, our last government, right? I mean, they has turned a blind eye. You just can't take anybody and put them in there and expect them to run a country. It doesn't work like that, right? If you should not be able to go and get a job just by saying, I'm a Mason. No, you have to prove that to me. You have to bring me whatever qualifications you got or whatever resume you got from previous or whatever the case may be. It just doesn't work like that. And to become a politician, a person that's responsible to run a country, you just can't get up one morning and say, well, boy, I live in this area and everybody likes me in this area, and they are telling me to go and run as an elected official to run the country.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that. I mean, if it worked like that, I mean, how sweet and nice it would be, right? But I mean, you have to have so much education, so much degrees, so much experience, and everything else that goes along with that in order for you to say, I am qualified to run the country. Not because Tom, Dick, and Harry say you're a good person. No, it just doesn't.
Yeah, well, they say, you know, democracy is a messy system, and you know, in a democracy, what are the qualifications to run for office? You know, be a citizen,
exactly.
be of a certain age, and that's basically it.
And that's it.
And it's up to the people to make the judgment as to whether that person is the right person to represent me in Parliament. You know, it's all up to the people and anybody. And look back on the history just here in Cayman and some of the characters that put themselves up.
Another thing,
and you know what? They got a few votes. That's the thing about it.
Another thing too, the people are not as blind and backward as they used to be, right?
Oh, definitely.
People knows exactly what their representatives should be doing, when they should be doing it, and how they should be doing it, right? And them days where that, you know, it didn't matter, you know, what your politicians were doing or you didn't hear from them. I mean, how many times, you know, that the last government came on the talk show and tell the people of this country exactly what they were doing, how they were doing it, and the Caymanians felt good about it and feel positive that there was going to make changes. I don't recall any because I would be the first one to compliment you if I am satisfied with the argument that you are putting forward to make the country and the people of this country better. But it's very seldom you hear that. You know, and you know, it's just sad because, I mean, we have something good. Everybody wants it, but everybody cannot have it. And we have to understand that, right? As much as we are Christian-going people and kind-hearted, there is a time that you have to say, no, enough is enough, right? Because we cannot accommodate the world, right? We have done that for too long, and something needs to change in this country. So I am hoping that our government, this new government we have here now, will say, you know what, enough is enough. I'm going to get a lot of people upset, but you know what? This is what I need to do for the country. And I leave you with that, Charles. Good afternoon.
All right, you have a good afternoon. Thanks for the call.
Bye-bye.
When you are a leader, if you're going to call yourself a leader, sometimes, you know, you do have to do unpopular things because in your mind's eye, you have a vision that you say, this is the correct way, even though maybe the majority of people who don't have the vantage point that you have to see what's coming down the line are completely opposed to that. And you have to say, no, let's go this way, because that's the way that I see that it's correct. That is the course that we have to put the ship on to avoid running aground when everybody else is saying, no, you got to go this way. That's what leadership is about. You have to, you know, sometimes make unpopular choices, but you're put there on the bridge so that you can see what's coming down the line and make the calls as to where the country is going. We have someone else on the line. Good afternoon. You're on the air.
Good afternoon, Mr. Glidden. How are you?
I'm fine. And you?
Not too bad. Grateful for another day. And Lord sent us some
yes, ma'am.
rain, and then He sent us some sunshine, and we blessed.
Aye.
Yeah, yes,
that's
yes.
Good. That's a good thing.
Yes, it is. It is. I know you were on. Then I had to get to something else about IB program.
Right, with Cayman International School.
Yes. I'm so glad that they're taking it up. We had quite a lot.
They've had that for a while, apparently.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because it started first with, we don't have it now, I don't think, all banking. I don't know if you remember that.
The All Foundation.
Yes, they started that first, and I can name out a few of the people, the young people that went to that. My son, Patrick Schmidt, he went to Lester Pearson in Victoria, in Canada, Victoria, Canada.
Yeah.
She was a parliamentarian too. Dara Rivers.
Right.
She went to England. Dax Bastillo wife, Marilyn Conley Bastillo. She also went to, I believe, England. And then we have another lawyer, Erica Farley, went to Hong Kong. Dr. Steve McFeel's son, he also went to Canada. They're also in New Mexico. They're all over, and it's a very good. It's a two-year course, and it's very, very good because we made two or three trips.
Is that the Chevening? I think that's how you say Chevening program that you're speaking of.
No, that is international international baccalaureate. Yeah. Yes, sir. And I'm sure if Radio Cayman, which is congratulations to them as well, for what they got, honors and stuff.
Oh yeah, on Heroes Day, yes.
On Heroes Day, yes. I watched it on television. Anyway, getting back to that, they one out of them would, I know, would be happy to explain more about the schools because they're here. I think Tara is still here. Definitely, my son is still here because he is working for the government. Erica is still here, and Dr. Steve McFeel, his son became a doctor. And the last time I heard about him, I think he was in Canada. I'm not too sure, but we have some quite a bit of students here. It is more than what I'm naming out. I just don't recall where they
somehow when you talk about this, and because I know when I was on TV, I did so many of these Chevening scholarship interviews. Because the IB, I think that is a curriculum that is used.
Mostly, the students is taken from. They're chosen, I should say. They're not taken.
Well, certainly with the Chevening scholarship.
Yeah, they have to have 6, 8, 9. My son had 9 O levels. Erica Farley, I think hers was 8 or 9 O levels as well. It's something that is very interesting, and it helps them because then they have to house. The school have to house them with all different nationalities from Africa, and they get to mix, with the world.
Yeah, it's not a typical college education.
No. And my son also went different places while they sent him there just for a visit. Then he made friends, and I know Arica made friends. Arica is also in my family.
Mm-hmm.
She's my cousin. And the friends visit them, and they got to visit them in their country. And I'm sure Marlene Bastille, she probably did the same and stuff like that. It is very, very interesting. And I hope that the students that get chosen, at the time being when all banking had it, they had they only chose a boy and a girl. And if I'm mistaken, Oliver Watler too. I'm not too sure, but the other four definitely they went. But anyhow,
yeah, a lot of Caymanians went, and again, from how you're describing this, I think it's the Chevening scholarship that you're speaking of, and they use that international baccalaureate curriculum.
Yes, probably it.
Because I know I did a lot of interviews in my TV days about this, and it was a lot of Caymanian students that took advantage of this, it's a very competitive scholarship. It's like you say, not everybody gets it.
Nope, very, very. So I'm going to leave you there. I could say a lot more, but, somebody else might want to get on or something like that. But they can explain their, one or two of them can explain their experience and, of having to be chosen for that. And I can leave you with that, and you have a good afternoon, and thanks for taking my call.
And I'm glad to hear from you. You have a good afternoon also.
Yes, thank you very much.
It's time for a little break here on Talk Today. I'll be right back.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Explore your history. Explore your land. Explore your sister islands. The ultimate staycation experience. Your culture, your freedom. The land that time forgot isn't gone. It's your sister islands.
Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
Hey, new drivers. Don't just drive smart. Cynical and Inspire Cayman's Safe Driver program will show you how. Get real-life simulator training and classroom sessions to help you gain experience, stay alert, and avoid accidents. Learn to recognize risk, manage fatigue, and make smart choices behind the wheel. Certified participants may even pay less for Cynical motor insurance. Learn more and register at cynical.ky. Cynical, keeping Cayman covered.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
We were talking, or at least I was talking about the Chevening scholarship, which is what it sounded like, because I've done a lot of interviews about that. And that is a fantastic program for anyone if they can, meet the standard to get in, because as the caller was mentioning, people from Cayman have gone to places all over the world to study. It's more of I guess, a international adventure. It's not, your typical college campus, and people get to experience cultures that are, very different from, Western culture. It's not the same as going to school in the UK, but you can go to school in the UK. But yeah, it really opens people's horizon doing that program. And I was looking around at this at the Compass. They have a story on there about Minister Miles and rethinking scholarships and internship changes to boost Caymanian employment. And interesting point that came out of that is, the Minister Miles saying that he wants to see more of an alignment between what our economy is, what the jobs are in Cayman, and the scholarships that are being offered. It's all nice and good that somebody wants to study, I don't know, physics, nuclear physics or something, but where are they going to work here in Cayman if that's what their degree is in? We have a caller on the line. Good afternoon. You're on the air.
Good afternoon, Mr. Charlo.
Yeah.
How are you today?
I'm doing okay, and you?
I might sound a little American, but I also I went to the American Standard School as well as the British. and I.
So how do you spell color?
Well, you can do COLOR or COLOUR.
I hear you. You say it the same way, right?
Yes, sir. Mr. Charlo, I'm just looking back at the technical college that I attended. It was about I learned how to build trusses and things like that.
This was in Cayman.
Yes, sir. But no, I was trying to get some people to understand what I'm doing, but they had a hard time because they thought that it was something I got off the internet. When I designed my game, it's similar to Pool. I had it copyright in patented and stuff, and I still have the first game prototype that I made. And I'm saying,
it's a board game.
Yes, sir. It's big like the pool table, but it's a little different.
Wow, that's a big game.
Yes, sir. It looks like the pool, a little like the pool table. It plays with balls and everything. But I'm saying to myself, no. We need, in my opinion, we need to find out, Mr. Charlo, how skillful our people are. We had shipbuilders, we had boat builders, people building catboats and all that. And Mr. Charlo, you know what I believe, sir?
What?
Mr. Charlo, I believe, this is my belief, if you get a team of certain people together here in Cayman, they can actually design a car. That's my belief, and that's what I would like to see happen here in Cayman. I mean, it's all about measurements and that sort of stuff and things like that. But that's why I like to thank God for the teachers too, because without the teachers, you can't learn mathematics, you can't learn this, that, and the other English and other languages. But what I'm really trying to say also too is that, like what Mr. Trump says, make America great again. We need to focus, find out the kind of skills that our people have, give them a task, and find out, tell me something, what are you about? You know, a lot of these people, a lot of the people here, what are you about when it comes to, you don't have a job, what other skills do you have?
Aptitude test?
I think so, and find out what, because now I'm doing a bit of poetry, I did a bit of music, I'm doing so much, and I'm so sorry I couldn't get to audition for five.
Yeah, you should have came.
I couldn't make it though, Mr. Charles. I couldn't make it, sir. But we need to seriously look into this and find out what our people are capable of doing, because you just don't know. And I'm sure even boats, I believe that you got some people that can make some serious boats, you know, Mr. Charles, design some serious boats, you know. I mean, like you'd never imagine. And then now, when they're designed, now then they're gonna say a certain person, a Caymanian designed that. Some Caymanians, maybe mixed with foreigners, designed the car, whatever.
But you think that skill is still around?
Mr. Charlo, I think it can be at a level that you would never believe, sir. I mean, I'm serious. Because we don't have the factories, for example, to make these things, like, you know, design things for you know, like cars and that sort of thing. But I believe that it can be done, Mr. Charlo. I believe.
Well, that would be a nice thing to have them design a car. But I mean, don't you think maybe they would be better off if they put their skills to use and, you know, becoming first class mechanics if they're going to be talking about cars?
Well, that has a lot to do with it too, because that would be, the mechanic would be part of the team. No, I mean, they can design a new chassis. They can you know, I mean, you see how brilliant some of the Cuban people are. I saw them when they some of them that came here with design a little vessel that had
I mean, when they flee Cuba.
Yes, sir.
Well, they're well known for maintaining those old cars and actually making the parts for them. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Those cars from the 1940s and 50s and stuff.
Oh yeah. They got some brilliant, very, very smart Cubans. You know, very smart Cuban people, and from other countries, I've seen some very smart people here. And I think that we can have a team in the future that can do stuff like that. And I mean, if it's done 95% perfected, 98, I mean, that is they would be on their way to serious business. I mean,
but we don't really have the means of going into car manufacturing. I mean, unless some, you know, very, very wealthy person wanted to try and do that, but you know, I think our resources are kind of limited on that, don't you think? I mean, even if somebody designs a car, I mean,
I know they can. I mean, like you got your welders, you use the metals, and you design it a certain type of way, the exterior. there are people here that can do something like that. I would love to see that done and see how beautiful the finished product would be.
Well, I guess anything that you set your mind to, you can do, right?
Oh yes, sir, and boats too. Boats. I was trying to design one little boat a couple years ago. One like a little glider, and I said I would need somebody to design it. Help me design it out of fiberglass and wood, like a little glider, gliding on the but unfortunately, I don't have any money to do anything like that.
Yeah, well, that's what it takes lots of times. So listen, thanks for the call. And
yes, sir.
You take care. Work on that poetry.
Yes, sir, I will, sir.
All right, you take care. But, speaking of education and matching, what we offer our students to learn about the courses and scholarships, one of the things in Cayman that I know you see all these young guys that like to tinker with cars and, take up the trades. Take up a trade in being a mechanic. I mean, that is a good job to have. I mean, you will always have a job if you're a mechanic. And you can, make some decent money. Sometimes we don't pay enough attention to the trades and trying to guide young people that way. Not everybody's going to be, a lawyer. Not everybody's going to be an accountant or a doctor or, a university professor. But people who have a trade, usually always have a job. And those kind of things sometimes get downplayed. And it is important to, let students know you can make a good living if you apply yourself to things like mechanics and being an electrician. And we've got the classes right here at UCCI. We got to take a break. Be right back.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
There you go, sir. Thanks for choosing JN Money Transfer.
Boy, thanks to JN Money Transfer, I can stay right here in Cayman and pay mama bills back home in Jamaica. Her water, light, phone, and other bills never late. Every month I pay everything in one place.
Make payments to over 30 companies in Jamaica through JN Money Transfer. Fast, affordable, convenient. Call 1-800-744-1163 for details.
This is how we wake you up in the morning. Praise time on Radio Cayman.
Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I'm gonna walk them golden stairs. Cause I know my Jesus answers all my prayers.
Praise time.
Weekday mornings from 6 until 6:30.
Praise time.
Jesus in the morning, for the God of the mountain is still God in the valley.
Shout with joy to God, all the earth sing glory to His name.
Praise time. Praise time.
Jesus in the morning, yeah.
Weekday mornings from 6 until 6:30.
Social media, X, formerly Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Interact with our talk shows on YouTube. Download our official Radio Cayman app. Or you can log on to our website, www.radiocayman.gov.ky. You can also add us to WhatsApp
on 925-3261.
All the latest information, breaking news, community events, and more. Radio Cayman. Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. Let's check out some WhatsApp messages here. This one is saying the problem of non-compliance is rampant in our country. The compliance officers are evading having the confrontations with the many who are not abiding by regulations. Therefore, sadly, they're being paid in vain. See another one here. This is going back to our caller. Says he always listens to Radio Cayman and never cuts it off. He says, my radio is on 24/7. Do you see that big field on the west side of Cayman Bay? That is a sports field, they say. Okay. What else? Okay. Hi, just FYI, what Mrs. Charlene was talking about was United World College. Yes, that is it. United World College, yeah. That's they have a very good program, and yes, a lot of Caymanians have benefited from that United World College. We do have a caller on the line. Good afternoon. You're on the air.
Afternoon to you, Mr. Charlo. How are you doing today, man?
All right, and you?
I'm all right. I'm enjoying my day off and looking at the ocean.
Taking it easy.
Seem to get most of my inspiration looking out at the ocean.
It can be.
Listen, man, I've been wrestling with some thoughts, and it's in relation to the ongoing efforts by government to try to get Caymanians working and try to get the employers to come online with the new model, as I'm saying, in terms of hiring Caymanians and not seeking to ring fence them out in every which way.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just, I've been musing on, and a great part of it was triggered from yesterday's news item on Radio Cayman, the 12 o'clock news, the chamber release, and I can talk about that a little bit later. But I'm just been wondering if the ministry has been looking to try to capture numbers, so that they can see how successful they are, whether it is, the turnover in companies in favor of Caymanian turnover employees, that is, in favor of Caymanian hire. I have been noticing, for example, adverts that is particularly on EK Trade. I saw a lot of them, and I have had to go there a few times back, and I can see that the adverts are a lot more favorable to hiring Caymanians. That's my perception of reading the ads. There, a lot of them are saying Caymanian only. Caymanian, that means some companies are getting it. We can save if we try to hire Caymanians and get Caymanians in, because that's the goal of us trying to take it all back, so to speak. And I'm just wondering if the ministry has any sort of record keeping or looking at the numbers, looking at what's going in. Is there a reduction in one of these big employers that have a lot of expats? Are they looking to capture some of those numbers? Because there are any, there are any number of special interests and people with sort of broader against the policy sort of thing, to keep things as they were, if you will, that will be sharing their views and putting certain things out there. And one of them was that news item that I mentioned yesterday. It caught me. It kind of rubbed me a little
Refresh my memory. I can't think about what you're referring to.
It was was Radio Cayman's 12 o'clock news. It was the chamber release, and it was the president of the chamber giving his report. I don't know if it was specifically in regards to business and their feedback on certain things. Now, it didn't make reference to when that information was gathered, whether it was before, 3 months ago, and they're just releasing it now, which certainly certain businesses would not be able to give the sort of feedback that came out of that presentation that the president did as a result of the law that is to come into place, because the law would not have come into place yet. And those are important little details. But it talked about things like, if I can frame it right, it said, he voiced concerns that were given to them by small businesses, as if that's their focus. Sorry, that's just my personal view. But because most of the members of Chamber are not the micro businesses, as I certainly remember, if my recollection is right, and they have driven policy or have sought to drive policy and have influenced policy a lot in favor of big business for a very long time, because that is the mass majority of their members. But certainly medium to bigger businesses. But it didn't give things like when did they do it. They also said that the medium businesses were signaling warnings that they were potentially, having some great impacts. And it had to do with a number of different variables. One of them was to do with government policy. They highlighted that some of the businesses were signaling real challenges. Now, a lot of things. I didn't really want to drill down into that too much. But I'll say this, that we all live in Cayman, and I haven't seen too many businesses that are open closing, because it was almost very much gloom and doom, if you ask me.
Yeah, it's certainly not the major businesses, or like you say, mid to big businesses.
Right. Listen, in short, I just took it with, well, there is the advocate for trying to remain, as it were. Watch it. You need the work permits. Watch what you're doing. And I just hope that, and it kind of triggered the thought that I started with, which is that I hope government in some way, shape, or form, the unit within the ministers.
Well, that would be work, I think, WORC.
Well,
that keep those kind of stats.
Well, yes, but certainly the ministry, if they're not pushing for that, hey, let's look for some successes. Let's look for where the numbers are going down, and what are we doing? Are we just waiting now till the law come in? Are you continually, asking Caymanians who are unemployed to report? Not. They don't even have to say that they want a job at a particular place. They can, hey, come and sign this paper, or indicate to us that you're looking for second employment. Just.
Yeah, well, I mean, they have a system now where people looking for a job, you register with work. And, if you intend to take out a work permit, you have to post that job on work to begin with. That's the first step.
Yeah.
And if they have a candidate that matches what you have posted, they will refer that person to you.
Yeah, I kind of know that system there, Charlo. I know it. I don't know. I just wish that we had a slightly different or easier way for it to be done, because some of the people that we are targeting in many instances, one, they get frustrated or whatever. Sometimes don't even have access to things like computer and the whole nine. And it's those people, that they are employable. Not all of them are unemployable. They're not all hooked on drugs and not all whatever.
Yeah.
Seeking to do bad,
because you're never going to get 100% unemployment. I mean,
no man. We're not unrealistic in the thought
or
process.
100% employment, I guess I should say.
Yeah. We're not unrealistic, Charlo. We're very very, very realistic. But I was just wondering if the ministry was seeking to put some pressure on his agencies, on him, to ensure that we're really seriously looking at numbers.
So are you would like to see then some kind of stats that where work could be able to say, well, this company, over the last 2-3 years, their work permits are dropping because they're employing more Caymanians as over the period of time, that sort of thing?
Well, it would be helpful. I suppose if we want to break it down, yes, it would be helpful. That would be a start. Or certainly, targeting some of these bigger companies. How can we help you get Caymanians into the door? Real proactive things to make this really work. Because at the end of the day, that's what we want. We want it to work. We wanted the companies to shift from automatically getting work permits to looking for Caymanians. I see some companies, as I mentioned, is actively doing that. If you go onto the EK websites and look under their jobs portal, you'll see a lot of them, and the wording is a lot different than I have seen for a very long time before. It used to be, and some of them are really silly. Like I saw a very prominent restaurant. Some of them are still not doing their job. So I saw a very prominent restaurant, for example, won't call the name, talking about they're needing a pastry chef or something, 6 to 8 wares. And by the way, they were listing their the money was $6 to $8, and I was like, and I saw quite a few of them that were listing below the
minimum wage,
the new minimum wage, and I was wondering, like, wow, well, how did they do that? But anyway, it was the thought that I had, and it was triggered predominantly from hearing that chamber news item yesterday. What is the ministry doing to kind of show differently, and they're reaching out to businesses also, since we're going to, you can draw the circle a little bit bigger. Are they reaching out to businesses, or if they're hearing of specific, they should be, if you ask me, the ministry should be reaching out to the chamber and saying, hey, when did you do that survey? Can you give us names of some of the businesses you're talking about? Because we need to make sure that, they're putting their wording out there, and so we need to make sure that we put the successes there as well.
Listen, I got to break in on you.
Thank you.
Because the clock has rolled around to 2 o'clock, but thank you for the call.
Thank you also, Charlo.
It's 2 o'clock. Let's check in with the newsroom.
This is the People's Radio Station. Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines.
The headline news is brought to you by Kirk Market.
The Cayman Islands Coast Guard has wrapped up a 2-week RNLI Train the Trainer course aimed at boosting search and rescue capacity across the Caribbean overseas territories. Held on Grand Cayman from the 12th to the 23rd of January, the program brought together maritime and law enforcement officers from Anguilla, Bermuda, the BVI, Cayman, of course, Montserrat, and Turks and Caicos for intensive classroom and practical rescue exercises. In international headlines, in the U.S., a partial federal government shutdown is looking increasingly likely as Senate Democrats dig in against a Homeland Security funding bill that maintains current levels of money for immigration and customs enforcement. They are demanding changes to ICE's authority and oversight following recent fatal shootings by immigration officers, while Republicans insist on moving ahead with a full funding package before a Friday night deadline. The FBI has executed a search warrant at the Fulton County Elections Office in Union City, just south of Atlanta. Agents describe it only as a court-authorized law enforcement action, with no details on what they're looking for. But the mood comes amid ongoing political battles over the 2020 vote and President Trump's unfounded claims of election fraud in Georgia. Those are your headlines. I'm April Cummings.
www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back, and taking a look at the weather, the current conditions, 80 degrees with the wind coming out of the east-northeast at about 11.5 knots. And the forecast for the rest of the afternoon and into the night, scattered showers. Winds are expected to be northeast at 15 to 20 knots with higher gusts, and seas are rough. Seas running 6 to 8 feet. A small craft alert is in effect. And if you like cool weather, looks like we got some coming here. Let's take a little extended look here. The synopsis is cloudy skies with showers will continue over the Cayman area for the next 24 hours due to a stationary front just east of the islands. The likelihood of showers is expected to increase tonight, especially as fresh northeasterly winds persist with rough seas and westerly swells through this evening. As winds shift to the north to northwest late tonight and strengthen, sea conditions along the west and north coast are expected to deteriorate. So take care of the boat. And cool weather from the tomorrow's forecast is calling for a high of 75 and a low of 72, and continuing through Saturday, Friday, a high of 77, low of 71, and even Saturday, a high of 77 and a low of 73. And that's what the weather is looking at like right here in Cayman. We have a caller on the line. Good afternoon. You're on the air. Hello. Hello, are you there? I hear something. Hello, are you with us? Apparently not. One more time. Hello. Okay. I guess someone put the phone down and walked away or something. Yeah, so we were talking before the break, about jobs in Cayman, and just looking back at this Compass report here on Minister Michael Miles when he addressed or spoke at the Chamber Economic Forum. This was on the 23rd January, talking about aligning scholarships with what the job opportunities were in Cayman, and making sure that we just aren't spending on money for people to go and get degrees that they really can't find employment with in Cayman. We go away, spend 4-6 years at university, and they come home and can't find work here. And of course, they were on a scholarship. They were required to come back to Cayman, especially if it's a government scholarship. They're required to come in and work here. So it makes good sense that you're spending money to educate people who can come back and actually find employment in the Cayman Islands. And, we're not a place where you have this wide spectrum of jobs, and we have to be selective in what we're educating our children to do. And Minister Miles also spoke of recalling employers telling him that Caymanians are lazy. And we've heard that before. We've heard that, I guess you call it slur. And there are some Caymanians that are lazy, just as there are Americans that are lazy, or English people that are lazy. There's lazy people everywhere, okay? But when you try and paint us with that brush, remember who we come from. Remember who our ancestors are, and how we survived in this country long ago, before there was electricity, before there were any kind of conveniences, and people worked hard. And Caymanians went to sea. They sailed the seven seas for sure, on those oil tankers, bulk carriers, a lot of them starting at the bottom and working their way up, becoming ship's masters, captains, chief engineers, and you don't do that being lazy, so don't come branding us with that. And Mr. Miles also spoke about, this thing about encouraging people to follow their passion. I always thought that was, an overrated kind of thing. Follow your passion. You have to follow your passion. But in many cases, if you want to dedicate yourself to following your passion, you have to also be prepared to pay the dues. And sometimes the dues are really hard, especially if it's a field that is not necessarily a practical one. You have to be prepared to take the job that you don't like. You might even hate it, but maybe washing dishes or doing some other kind of menial labor. If you want to follow your passion, you still got to pay the rent, right? You still got to eat. We have a caller on the line. Good afternoon. You're on the air.
Hello, good afternoon, Mr. Chalo.
Hi. I can't hear you too good, though.
Yeah. You could hear me better now?
Yeah. I think you need to be, I don't know if you're on a speakerphone or what, but maybe come closer.
Yeah, well, what I...
yeah, that's good.
We hear they're talking about, sometimes you wonder how some of these companies keep getting same permits renew every 2 years, every 3 years.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes they're supposed to be in law written that there's supposed to be a successor, or what you call a content
succession planning.
I see, exactly. So that out of the window, or out of the thrown out with some of these companies, or what the situation is?
It does seem to be at times, yeah. I mean, the whole idea of work permits, at least in years gone by, is that you were going to train a Caymanian to eventually take that spot, right? That's what we've heard.
That is supposed to. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. So every year, they're just supposed to naturally be a decrease in the number of work permits during taking that process into consideration. Mm-hmm. Just naturally, it's gonna come down. The permits gonna come down, but it don't seem like they're doing that. Depends on who the company is and who the person is. I mean, basic common sense is that that's what's going on.
Yeah, thinking about it, one of the things that has thrown a wrench into that whole system, I think, is how rapidly things have really blossomed in Cayman. The economy is just popping left, right, and center, right? And so many jobs are being created that, there's just not enough Caymanians to go around. I mean,
I understand what you're saying to an extent, but I'm saying now, in some of these companies that keep getting the permits renewed, it shouldn't be no excuse if you come again and they're applying for a permit. Work should automatically don't even consider it. You know what I'm saying? Because if work themselves were doing their job to make sure that you got a successor, a Caymanian successor in that place when that permit is over, then it shouldn't be no problem. I don't see what the problem is. Either you wasn't feeling a Caymanian all along, or you wasn't paying the law no mind altogether, and you could get them at the snap of a finger when you ever want, and then the permits are being rubber stamped.
I mean, if you put the job up on Works, posted on Work, right, and not even Work has anybody to refer to you, I think it's kind of hard for them to deny you the work permit if they don't have a candidate for you.
I agree with you. So you're saying now that work not doing their job?
Well, I mean, when I say that they don't have a candidate for you, it's up to a person. The person must go in and to work and says, I'm looking for a job, and here's my qualifications.
No,
I'm actively doing work, looking for work.
That in that scenario, actually, because somebody got to apply for a job. But I'm saying some of these jobs got Caymanian already in place, and they got a foreigner on a permit that is above them, right? So if it's a 5-year permit or a 1-year permit, you bring in a specialist or something. A Caymanian needs to be trained, either he's sent away and trained for that position, or he's trained within that time limit by the same person that is on a work permit. That's how it's supposed to work.
Ideally, that is how it would work. Yeah.
Well, okay, that's my point exactly. So it coming like somebody not doing the job. Either they're not policing it, or they're just not worried about it because they're making so much money for these work permits, which is counterproductive. So that's what I was just wondering because all of these jobs where Caymanians already exist in some of these departments, government departments and the private sector, and they're not getting the opportunity to.
There's no promotion
to move ahead. Yeah, exactly.
Well,
all right, then you have a good day.
All right, thanks for the call. Good to hear from you.
Yeah,
that certainly is, one way to look at it, but it's our conundrum, right? victim of our own success, that there are so many jobs being developed every week, every month in Cayman, that there's this constant need for work permits. And I mean, right now the number of work permits is very high, and from what we see from the Economics and Statistics Office, unemployment among Caymanians is at what economists would say is an acceptable level. And historically, if you look back historically, whenever the number of work permits is high, Caymanian unemployment is low. And that's because the economy is hot. And things are happening, jobs are being created, and we don't have enough Caymanians to fill all of those jobs. But Caymanians are being employed, but still you need the work permits. I have to take a break. I'll be right back.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Freedom, Cayman Brack. Freedom, Little Cayman. Soft breezes, blue waters, no traffic. Unwind and rejuvenate your mind, body, and soul. Sister Island Staycations, a taste of freedom. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
Celebrating 50 years of broadcasting in the Cayman Islands. This is Radio Cayman, 89.9 FM.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back, and just another WhatsApp message here, more or less confirming what we were saying about, remember we were talking about the IB program, which is offered at the Cayman Islands, the Cayman International School, and one of the callers was saying that, a lot of Caymanians have benefited under the IB program, but I think, as this caller is saying, I think the caller may be confusing the IB program with the United World Colleges. And perhaps what it is that United World Colleges is somehow connected to that, is that they may use that. But one thing is for sure, education is very important if we're going to prepare our young people to enter the workforce. We're coming down into the last 10 minutes of the show. If you want to pass on some words of wisdom, make a comment, or just, tell us a little bit about what your take is on topical issues. Pick up the phone, give me a call. You can call 1-800-534-8255. That's courtesy of Flo. Also, 949-8037, 949-6990, and WhatsApp, 925-3261. We do have a caller on the line. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today.
Hey, good afternoon, Chalo.
Yes, how are you doing?
Okay, man, and you?
I'm doing all right.
Okay. Yeah, well, concerning what Mr. Mark was saying, encouraging them to follow the passion.
Yeah, I think he was saying that they shouldn't necessarily be following their passion, to look at things practically. Let's see if we can find the quote here. Yes, he was saying scholarships. This is what he was saying. Scholarships have to be aligned with the labor market. We need to align what people are studying with what the economy needs. We can't just tell our young people to follow their passions. We need to make sure they come back with talent that suits your company, not just coming back to be unemployed. That's what he was actually saying.
Okay. What the government got to realize, everybody on earth has a purpose. We have people who are lawyers. We have garbage collectors. The lawyer is no more important than the garbage collector.
True.
You need that garbage man more on a daily basis than you need a lawyer.
Yeah, you make them miss 1 week of not collecting the garbage and things get kind of out of whack.
Yeah, and garbage collectors in Cayman should not be paid nothing less than $20 an hour. What the government got to realize, not everybody is going to be making a big salary, such as university graduates or college graduates. But the government is responsible to taking care of the cost of living that everybody can afford it. That's why we vote for people and put them in the assembly. But they don't seem to realize that they have the power that they're able to do so. Only election time, it seems as though they have the power to do so. But as soon as they get in there, they act as though they don't have the power to do so. And the amount of money they're making on a monthly basis, they shouldn't even be paid that amount of money. Because a lot of the things that they should be doing, they're not doing. You imagine now, right? The beach accesses.
Mm-hmm.
You imagine we still arguing about this one? We make people come into our country, Cayman, and take us like a bunch of fools, like a bunch of idiots, like a bunch of cowards. That they can just come in there and do as they please, and they don't need to worry about nothing, because nothing not gonna happen to them because they got a big pile of money. Those emergency and entrances, beach accesses, not made just for people to go bathe in the sea, They is made for emergency also.
You mean for like ambulance and people like that to get down to the beach? Is that what you mean?
Yes. If an ambulance come there, somebody drowning or unresponsive, and the ambulance come there, every second matters. And if an idiot got the beach access blocked off, he or she needs to be put in prison with a fine nothing less than $2 million. When you get serious,
I think there is a law,
like that, right?
that prescribes a fine and maybe jail term. I'm not sure, but there is some. It is the law that you're supposed to keep that open.
It's ridiculous. We arguing with these bunch of idiots about this. You remember when Thomas Jefferson was in charge of tourism?
Yeah.
You remember when the cruise ships used to come there and dump all their goods right up in Georgetown Harbor? You remember that?
Oh yeah, and yeah, he got a law passed forbidding that, right?
Yeah, and they had just one little old fine to pay. That's why they were dumping it right in Georgetown, because they didn't care about the little fine that they were paying. But you see, after Thomas Jefferson raised that fine to millions of dollars, I bet you they stopped then. They're the kind of politicians we need in Cayman. Not these bunch of cowards I see them got upside that assembly, making a big pile of money for doing nothing. We shouldn't be arguing about beach accesses as Caymanians.
What
I remember one time
What amazes me though is that we haven't heard people complaining more. I mean, it's only recently now this has come up on Facebook with Lorna Bush doing these visits and videoing what's going on with those beach accesses. But we haven't heard any kind of outcry from people saying we can't go down these pathways because they're blocked.
From the time we in Pantan first got into Assembly building, I mentioned this to him. And he said he would take a drive down Bogsan Road to see why talking about.
Yeah, well, someone was telling me that the access on Boggy Sand Road, they're actually gated.
Charles, I went down there one time. A beach access I was using for about 35, almost 40 years of my life.
Uh-huh.
And some people that built some condos across the road from the beach blocked off that beach access with a fence and a padlock.
Yeah.
And had a sign on top of that saying only people with keys are allowed to this beach access.
Mm.
I went down there one day and I took a big old piece of pipe and I broke off the lock off the gate. And I went back a couple of days after that again, and then idiot had that fix. I was going back next time. I was gonna go back to the 10-pound mall, but I just ignored them. But if I had the power to do so, it wouldn't be nothing less than 5 years in prison and a $2 million fine. I bet you then they keep these gates open. I bet you then they do it. But these politicians don't want to put them kind of sentences on top of these people.
Well, the thing that I got out of those, have you've seen the videos then on Facebook?
Yeah, I see the videos. This woman shouldn't have to be going on the videos.
Agreed. And what appeared to me was that nobody from whoever it is that enforces this, nobody had visited those places in a long time.
Man, the majority of them politicians, they don't even go pay the tree.
Well, I mean, it's not their job to go and inspect it. I mean, there are people in a department and government somewhere that is still supposed to check and make sure everything is accessible. But apparently, I mean, we saw in one video where next to the hotel, people were actually working in the pathway, right?
And you try and tell me now, all them West State politicians that we got, they can't go cross and check that, and they drive up down every day, all 2-3 times that they cross them places, they can't go check that and see that something is wrong.
Well, I guess you could stop in and see what's wrong. But I mean, what I'm saying is that there's someone whose job it is to go look at that. But listen, it is 2:30. So I have to say goodbye to you. Thanks for the call. And this issue of beach access is one that crops up every now and then, and it's come to light once more. Well, that's it for me today. Thanks for listening in. I'm Charles Glidden. One love.
Talk Today is brought to you by Subway, open 24 hours in Countryside, Anderson Square in Georgetown, and Centennial Towers in West Bay. And by the Ministry of District Administration. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your sister islands. And Cayman Airways. Call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens.